And we're live for part 2 of Intro to Tarot. I am your hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix, your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, messenger of God, child of God, evangelist, North American Sybil. I am the Lilith reincarnated here on a Thirsty Thursday with part 2. In order to keep up with me, you would have had to catch part 1 of Intro to Tarot yesterday. Now, before I started, I told everyone to get out a piece of paper and a pen, and I was going to give you some pointers to the cards. I had hoped to make it through the cards without all that life testimony and actually tell you the point of the cards, but we only got into 7 cards. I want to do a review of those 7 cards and give you what you missed yesterday in a couple of simplistic words. Yesterday, we talked about the Fool card in Tarot, and highlighting that would be beginnings and risk. That's all you need to know. When you see that card, you know beginnings and risk. I teach you the divulge, version of this, where I can explain this in a storybook form for you of what that really means in an interpersonal level. And that was yesterday. But ultimately, most tarot readers, they read a manual and they just know this. Every time they see the Fool card in any deck, they know that means new beginnings and taking a risk. Or being an idiot is what I remember. I was like, oh, you are an idiot. Alright, then we talked about the Magician. Come on, get in your hole. Are you too good for your hole? This is talking about action, ambition, and manifestations. Alright, so action, ambition, and manifestations. Alright, for further understanding, you're going to have to go yesterday and catch the testimonies. Let's talk about the High Priestess. Ta-da! Secrets, intuition, and learning. Okay, plenty of stories in that yesterday. The Empress. And that's why it's important, because as you notice, my cards, this says Sacred Feminine, this says the Lady. All cards have a different, there's still the Empress, but there's a different story behind this picture. Each tarot reader identifies with their own deck, and that's their decks speak to them. Every tarot reader has multiple decks usually, or they have, that's just how it is they all have the same meaning, but it's the artwork that, elaborates the meaning to us personally. Okay? So, other people see the Empress completely different from how I see it. I see the Empress as Mother Earth, or as motherfucking Mother Mary. That's how I see the Empress. What they see, who knows? Who knows? But anyways, when you see this card, it's creativity, resources, and motherhood. What you don't understand is, like, the nuns, like, they sent them out. Priests, you know what I mean? Those were missionaries of Christ. They weren't really supported financially by the church for expansion or anything like that. If there was any real growth, the church would send some dude in to collect all of the, you know what I mean? The tax collector, as we should call it. The man. You know what the man does. You know what the man does. Who's that man? The Lord. Is what mine says. Or the sacred masculine. My card speaks of the Emperor. And I just wanted to point out something. My kids saw it when they got home from school. Ugh, I was so burnt out today. I had, it's all on my community page. I finally pushed my way outside, and it was the most beautiful dark clouds, dude. It was the most beautiful blue. It was like the Pacific Ocean blue. Darkest blue clouds up there, and the wind was blowing. And I look up, and there's 2 hawks in the sky, and all of the freaking crows or, ravens, whatever they are out flying around with them. It was the most beautiful thing. But this is how I see the Emperor, as the sacred masculine, the leader and the Lord. The Emperor is the order, power, and boundaries. Order, power, and boundaries. The captain, the lieutenant, the chief. That's how I see him. And a person, who's that person? He doesn't walk in it. He doesn't walk in it. But that would be Royce the 5'9". He's an emperor, many times made. He's a destructive mechanism of God, though. He's a leader of war. He's like the god of war, if there was such a thing. I know they say that that's an Aries, but I don't know. He wanted to wear his feelings in this life. Seems to be fucking him up, if you ask me. What is he in this life? I think he's a motherfucking Cancer. He's drowning in his own waters. How's that working out for you over there, Royce? You feeling about 5'9"? Because you're looking about 3'3" right now. At least you ain't done with those stupid homies over your other hood. I burned all your homies yesterday. Did you see that? It was a fucking barbecue. Then we got the Hierophant, which I have as the teacher or the elder. The Hierophant is unity, marriage, and education. This is that next level. Whenever you see this is that next level training. If you see the Hierophant card, that's taking things to a next level. So they say marriage because that's that next level commitment. But maybe you're not ready to get married. You're ready to just like give them your real phone number and stop, talk texting and shit. It just means next level. It just means you're going to a next level, a next phase. This is the elevator card, if you ask me. And I want to point out, it shows the tree of life back here, and that's what that means, is you're going somewhere, you're going through that next level of teaching, learning, commitment, whatever. Unity, marriage, education. Okay? Then we got all fucked up yesterday, went in all these, unbelievable stories about how, my sexual acts and acts of love, and today I was talking a whole different time. My kids just got home. They're so tired of hearing me and my blowjobs. They hear about it. They ain't never seen no shit like that, though. It's the only story they ever hear around here. Anyways, the Lover's card. This is about love and decisions in all areas of your life. Loving yourself, making movements out of love. It's about having love for God, having love for your, it's about love. A relationship of love between one and another. Whether, that's between, I just got a new dog. That would be the Lover's card. Oh, I bet you're in love. That's so great. It's about love. But yeah, everlasting love and stuff is what they always want to say. It's like, oh my God, this is the Union card. It's for real. It means that you're in a loving space, bro. Like your heart is open and you're, you're open to giving and receiving. They say that that's the Ace of Cups, but that would be, to me, would be curiosity. Love means you're really accepting of love. And so I was like, oh, this card brings up so much. All right. Shall we move on deeper now? Okay. Let's get on with it. Oh, and I turned right to it. Thank you. So, here's my Chariot card. I have two very different ones. Who's the Chariot in this? You know what I mean? So I just got introduced to a new term this week, and I'm sharing a lot of information. I'm sharing my discovery with you, and that's what they call is a Sigma female. And I'm not overindulging, but I'm, trust me, my YouTube is trying to give me all kinds of information, and I'm just using my intuition to guide through some of it because it's intriguing. And, the more I understand it, the more I understand me in less of a negative form. I've always been looking for a way to, tone it down. And finally I just get to the point where I can't not. And all of that point of where I've come to, where I cannot and I will not, and that this is just the way I am, that unapologeticness has gotten me to this new place where now I exhibit it, but now there's the teaching about it. And that's what we do through these teachings is, by the time I already pull a page, even though I've never read that page, I've already walked in that energy. I have to be able to have a testimony to the energy. So as I see this, you see the Chariot, it's like, this means fast moving. To them, the basic understanding of this, you can keep your notes. I'll tell you as we go. I don't know how many we're going to get through here, but the basic, dummy, tarot for dummies is Progress and determination. But they see this as all kinds of crazy shit. They see this as you're moving, you're going on a travel, you're doing all of this and this and this. It just means movement. It just means progress. Things are moving along, right? I want to point out this picture. It's like, you know what I mean? I'm in my Chevy and I'm about to hit the road. There's no one else in this picture. Do you get the picture? You will. It'll be on a motion picture called The Documentary of My Life. Let's get on with it. Alright. The Chariot is celebrating of individuality, victory, transition, and overcoming obstacles. As I said. It signifies success and a major departure. This is a time of determination and focus as you travel in a new direction. It means you could really literally get up and go somewhere. To get up and go, but it means it's a shift in your... You know what I mean? It's a shift. Oh, God. I gotta talk about you. You make us sound... Yeah. All of his videos, like, they're obsessed. They're spying on you. That is not what I'm doing. I am studying and learning you, bro. Very strategically. I am watching your every fucking movement. I am interviewing you. Is what I'm doing. And don't act like I didn't reach out to you today. Stupid ass. Stupid ass. I don't like his videos. They're very condescending in the sense of, listen here, cross-watcher. Don't call me a cross-watcher. I'm watching right now. What does that mean? This is exclusive? I could watch you on every... Okay, if I was stalking you, I would watch you on every read. Like, that's Stalker Breaker 19, bro. Like, you got a stage 5 clinger. I'm on every one of your channels, and I'm watching all your bullshit. Bro, hold up, bro. Hold up, swole up. He loves that obsession. And none of my cards, where do you get this? Hey, where's obsession? What card are you pulling that says I'm obsessed? I'm looking through the description of every single one of these fucking cards. There's no obsession. Where's the devil? Restriction and manipulation. Nope. What else do you like to say? Death? Nope. What else? What is obsession? You don't like the 7 of Swords, which is, you know, sneakiness and shit. Hey, bro. I'm going to pull your underwear over your head and you're not going to see it coming. That's a 7 of Swords. That's some Loki shit. That's what 7 of Swords is for us. I don't know. You're an asshole. There's no fucking obsession card in here. You're obsessed with being obsessed. You have like this, oh God, this ego about yourself where you're like, you don't have a flaw to be had. They want you. You're just the best, everything. My Aryans. Hey, bro, you're biased. And to be honest, I can show you a billion Aries that are stupid. They're lame. They're reversed. Those are all those ones you're supposedly not reading for. You get the pleasure of reading your own energy. And you don't even take the actual messages to heart because you're so big in the head. I'm going to pop your head like a pimple. Get on my nerves with that. Just want to point that out. What am I talking about? Every time he pulls a card, he fucks it up. I mean, not really, but it's like that's not what that card means. You're gonna read the Bible and tell me some shit it didn't say too? She may be challenging you. I am so challenging you. This is a time for determination and focus as you travel in a new direction. A decision is made, and now you can begin to experience real progress. You are ready to take control and learn as your horizons rapidly expand. The Chariot can indicate a move or an important journey. And on a mundane level, it represents a road trip or perhaps getting a new vehicle. And you get a new car. Hey, I need that version. Can you park me a new car in the trunk? What do I got to do, God? What do I got to do? I don't want to pay for this car to get fixed. I'm ready to pay for a new car. Should I just buy a new car? What do I need to do, God? Keep in mind that the journey can be just as important as the destination. And it means you're just taking, you know what I mean, it's going to be an internal journey on page 22. This can be all kinds of that. All right, what feelings does it invoke in you? Do you consider yourself determined, or do you easily give up? Or is there a place and a time for each? And that's it. Do you ever give up? Do you, like, ever give up? That's what I told Russ. I was like, oh, God, Russ, please. Please. And then I woke up and there was Oscar with some more shit. It's like, well, at least he fucking, you know what I mean? He waters the wounds. You're over here with this bullshit. You see him? He'll do anything, bro. I'll do anything. Yes, I'll do anything. I'll do anything. Anything for you. He'll do anything for you, bro. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. What's the constant? He's a constant pain in my ass. New music on Friday. It's gonna be the dullest fucking bullshit. You know what the challenge is? Be nice. Every fucking Friday, be nice to this guy. I don't want to be nice to him any day of the week, to be honest. But you see, I'm very nice. And then he's gonna say some stupid shit in there. He's gonna take my words, try to own them, try to possess them, and make himself sound powerful as he's name dropping, buying and flying, you know, and I'm sure there's some line about supporting his mother's needs. I'm gonna throw up. All of this work, and he's still that materialistic. And then, as you go into the understanding of what a Sigma woman is, you can see why this is so awfully. And I was trying to explain Bobby and what it was about his, you know what I mean? And that's what it is. It's like he's passive. But it's not, you know what I mean? It's not a bad thing. He's quiet. He's reserved. He allows me to speak. I can be heard. I can be myself. That was that first video. It's like, what is his power? It's not something on the outside. You know what I mean? But I scare the shit out of him still. He's looking me dead in my eyes. Everyone else scares away. They're scared. They look me dead in my eyes as I'm telling them some crazy ass shit. Yeah. Everybody else is so afraid. And what is he doing? Studying. Trying to understand. Trying to listen. He's like, what is she talking about? He tries. I appreciated it. He's a good guy. And that's why it's like, damn. What did he have that you didn't? Less ego. Less ego, bro. He wins all the time because his ego isn't blown up. He's very humble. He's very quiet. He's very reserved. He's not trying to be heard. He's not trying to be the center of fucking attention. When he does speak, he's charming. You know what I mean? He's silly. He's witty. He's got a quiet presence to him, just as I do. He doesn't have to be the center of fucking attention. But yet, in his quietness, he causes attention where you just notice him. He's similar to me in that sense. The rest of you know, you're louder than fucking life. God, here he comes banging his drums and shit. You're beating my balls is what you're doing, bro. I already talked about all this yesterday. What does he call me to do? To be nice. If I can deal with obsessive, over-toxic masculinity like these guys, I can fully love a man wholly. Because no matter what, bro, it's inside of them bastards. It's inside of you guys. More than me than you, I think. And that's what I'm healing. Because that's what makes me flare up at you, is my over-toxic masculinity. But they make it sound very pretty that it's a beautiful lady-like quality that I have. And I thought it was a sickness. No, get down with the sickness. Anyways, how confident in you? Too much. If I ever put on some solar plexus, it's bad, dude. I'll take over a country. I mean, seriously, I called that. I have some solar plexus. When I started my journey, I had really weak confidence. And actually, I went there to get some sacral oil that I never got until years later. Because my hips were hurting. What was happening? All my sexual trauma was coming out. So terrible. Man. Anyways, going back to it. I got this solar plexus fucking oil, and I called it the bad bitch juice. Every time I put that shit on my ribs, bro, I was like, dude, I was the baddest bitch. It was like eating a can of fucking spinach and becoming Popeye, dude. My fucking balls grew 3 sizes with that shit, bro. You don't need no little blue pill. Bro, look, come here. Let me tickle your belly with this shit. You're gonna be fucking... take on a fucking Viking with this. Anyways, I don't use that oil. But anyways, I'm very confident. The Hierophant offers an opportunity to question and define your values. We're not on the Hierophant. We're on this. I jumped. Sorry. I ended up on a different page talking shit. My bad. My bad. We were on. Not the Wheel of Fortune. Calm down. Mucho, take it easy. We're on the Chariot. Okay. Is there a journey or move ahead of you? What are some potential pitfalls, and what are some things you can do to gain courage and confidence? A significant detour may be coming. Are you going to fight your way through or go around? Do you know what your ultimate goal is? How are you going to get there? That's what it is. That's what started it. He's like, they don't know what they want. I don't have direction. That's why your cards can't give you an answer, bro. They can't give you a solid answer because I'm not a solid form. I'm ever changing. And that's what the cards say too. It's like, and that's what he says. If there's one thing I know about you, your feelings are always changing. And that's what the video said. One thing I love today, I'll hate tomorrow. I can be totally fucking thousands of dollars like my whole career, dude, completely invested into something and have my heart change and completely walk out with nothing and start a whole new adventure. A whole new world! I thought it was very Sagittarius, but it's just me. I'm willing to walk into nothing knowing that I can create something great because I've seen myself do it enough, even God, if he's telling me to walk this way. But until then, no, I have no direction. What's her next move? I don't know. You want to ask God? I'm not going to sit here begging on my knees asking him shit. We wait till he tells us to move, and I tell everyone in which way I'm moving. I didn't see it coming till I told you. You don't see it. That's the grace of the surprise of living life, the adventure of living life. By going to being a free spirit, by moving by the Spirit, not having a plan, but planning for everything, being ready for anything. What did I say today? I'm ready to go to Washington in Alaska. What do you think is going to happen? Do you know how powerful my words and your words are? In the essence, like what's stopping you? Your unwillingness? Accept it. Tell the universe what you want, and it'll start creating, synchronicities, ideas, pathways for you to start obtaining what you want. And you start walking in those synchronicities. And one day, in the middle of the night, it tells you just to go. And you walk in faith. And that's where the magic happens. There's actually a trail ahead of you. When God told me to leave, Lake Mead, all I wanted to do, I told him, I just want to go home. I just want to go home. I said, go home. And I told him all my fears. It'll be okay. What did I come home to? All the things I told him I was afraid of facing, I had to face when I got home. But, as he said, it'll be okay. I knew what I'd have to face, and he faced it with me, and he made it okay. I told him what I wanted. So going back to it, it's like, I'm in a crossroad. You want the truth? I'm ready for that next level love, but I'm afraid because I'm that close. And so I'm at a crossroad like everybody is, especially at the end of the month. We're in Hecate, where we have to cross the road. We're being fucking chickens. Are you going to continue down this road of independence and learn more about yourself? Or are you going to cross the road and go learn about yourself with another? Are you ready to take that next level, jump? I decide which way we go. If I'm not ready for the relationship, that's okay. It'll end up, whichever way I go, ends up back to that relationship, because that's the ultimate goal, is this relationship. That's why I found it so funny. He's all Dancing with the Devil Part 10. How many episodes are there? I don't know. I've been chill till the next episode when they make up their mind. When God says, God brought me to you, each and every one of them, and there's unfinished business, and until I stand before you, we're not done. I'm not paying that much money to stand in front of fucking Russ the bus, but if God puts my car in front of his tour bus, you better believe I'm going to stop it and knock on the door and get this over with. Face me. This is all God wants. He just wants us to be like fucking Joe Budden and fucking 50 Cent and speak our truth. Just face me. That's all I had to do with Bobby. Just face him. Just face him. Stop running and just face him. Face the mirror. That's it. That's all you had to do. I'm like, but I'm not paying his extortion ticket price. Such an extortionist. Can you believe this guy? It's not even worth it. Would I pay that much for Marshall? Marshall's coming to town too. Do I have to buy a ticket to go see Marshall? Same thing. I expect God to put my car in front of you and we get this over with. Because you're a coward and I have to fucking, you know what I mean? Hunt you down. I'm not obsessed. I'm ready to get this over with. That's all you gotta do is face your fear. What's your biggest fear? I'm gonna have to face them one day. Then face them. Get this over with. Make that day today. I mean, I can't right away, but I'm ready for it. Let's just get it over with. I saw that Lewis was gonna be in Miami. You're not too fucking far, bitch. You're not too fucking far, bitch. Let's get this over with, bitch. What is that? I don't know, bro. That's it. I'm gonna have to face them one day. And they're gonna have to face me. Their biggest fear is my biggest fear. Somebody faces the fear and, you know, who comes out as the winner? I win! Because you were too scared. No, he wasn't. He met me. And then he ran away. In essence, I won. Because what he took with him was all of the fucking fucked up feelings, too. He took all of that with him when he ran away. He took the desire, he took everything away with him. And he left me with understanding and closure. I don't know what he thought he took with it, but he took all the darkness with him when he went away. In the sense of, you know, I just had closure. And I feel like if I could just do that, you know what I mean? When I stood in front of the fucking studio, blowing fucking sage and fucking totally cursing that bitch, and I knew that Tree was inside and he wouldn't come out and face me. And Mike, the owner of that whole studio, dude, that tried to control, you know what I mean, the whole fucking narrative of everybody's career and tried to make himself bigger than it is. You know what I mean? That's feared me since the day he met me. Stands on that corner and I tell him I wouldn't even touch his fucking energy. It was over, bro. You couldn't fucking face me. You'll never face me. How can you face me now? You'll never face me again. But I don't have anything to fear. Because when I see you, if I ever see you again, there's nothing to be said. Because I got my closure. And all those hard feelings that I had before that went with you in that moment. And that's what it is. It's like face him. Just let it go. I'm not paying $700 to sit in front of fucking Russell's face to pay for it. That's too much therapy. That's too much for therapy. He might pay all those extortion prices to feel better. But I feel like I can do this better. I might catch that bitch on his, I don't know. I keep saying that I will, but I'm not going to be here. I know it. Why? Because that's, first off, there's so many things that he doesn't know about the date he picked. No, I'm not taking you out. I already did. So anyways, the Chariot is about all of that. The reverse. Reverse Chariot signals arrogance and self-indulgence. This can show how a person or an event spiraling out of control. Ego is at work. Selfish needs come before the greater good. It can also cancel or delay travel plans or house moves. Have you stood in your own way recently? Explore why that was. Because your ego is at work, and you had selfish needs that came before the greater good. I meant what I said about him. Nothing's changed. Again, nothing ever changes about him. All of them are your examples. They're my mirrors. They are versions of the dark goddess unhealed. They are there to show you that when your freaking dark goddess rises, they are an example of what it looks like and how to control it and identify it and heal it. Through me and them. You get a female aspect of it, that's still very masculine. But then you have all of these males to look at and how they're in their fucking female-ass fucking, you know what I mean, their dark feminine feelings. And how they're not overcoming it. Right? So, the 12 plus 2. The 12 plus 2, that's what they do. Right? So, I'm drawn to them. Like, okay, so that's the twin flame. I'm drawn to them. God will say, particularly, woke me up and said, go look at fucking Russ's fucking story. The fuck does he got? I hate doing it. You know it's nothing good. This is meant, it's a challenge. It's not going to be like, oh, there's flowers and there's your name and he... No. There's never anything good. It's him boastful and him begging. How bad is this one going to be? They never get worse. Dude, he's... oh, God. Did you see his Halloween costume in this one? And the fucking song starts out exactly like Fendi Bucket. Exactly. It's the same fucking... It's the same... Yeah, bro. I guess only a musician would hear the same... hear the fucking replay in it. Anyways, that's what he does. And it's like... He irritates my flesh. And it's made to push me into a dark... It pushes out my dark feelings so that I can heal them. And then we go back, and instead of destroying him, I teach you how to look at his behaviors as a child and coming from a shadow place and not to exhibit those behaviors. I show you what those behaviors bring out in a normal human being and why you might end up getting fucking cursed out and, you know, and people blowing up in your face when you act like this. I show you the actions of what this behavior can bring out in a person. You see that right away, and that's me blowing up all over his ass. Then I show you how I heal these behaviors and come to a place of compassion and understanding. And we all look at him like, damn, that's hella sad that you act like that. At the end of the show. That's where it is, with every one of them. Whether it be Ali, it be Lewis, it be Kanye, it be fucking Eminem, you know what I mean? All of them. Every time I look at them, I'm like, look at these stupid motherfuckers out here acting like some fucking idiots. Don't be them is how we start. And then I'll tell you how they and their actions make people feel. How they're insensitive to what their actions are and how they project themselves to the world. And I tell you how I feel with it, and I get very frustrated looking at them, and I calm myself down. And then we start to put ourselves into their fucking shoes instead of, you know what I mean, our shoes. We take our shoes off and we're like, fuck, this is too heavy. And we put on, you know, Mr. Rogers over here, let's put on your fucking dumbass Crocs and walk around like a fucking idiot and see how you feel. What were you thinking? Let's do some investigative work here. What were you thinking when you did this? What was your intention behind this stupid fucking video you're about to drop with the fucking lame-ass fucking lingo? Oh, that's right. You wanted to sound cool. Alright, cool it, bro. Cool it, kid. Cool it. My Holy Spirit comes in, and then they really start fucking, you know, pissing on me, trying to put the fires out, and it's literally piss, and they're pissing me off, bro. I'm like, dude, I can't. I'm gonna fucking kill him. And then you get to see this show. Who gets under my skin like that? Pretty much nobody. Kanye sometimes, because he hurts other people. You know what I mean? And why do I do this to Russ? Because he's fully unaware of his behaviors, obviously. And no matter how many times you try to make him aware, he denies that he's even doing such things. He thinks it works for him. It's a good look. Look at you now. Look at you now. Hey! Hey! I'm going to scroll through your... Oh, God. You know what my favorite part about his post is? Within the first hour, Busta Rhymes is always putting all these fire signs. Meaning he wants to put that fire out on you. That's my favorite part. That's my favorite part. Otherwise, no. The whole thing sucks. It's a piss show. He'd be pissing me off. Mainly him. There's nothing... I tried to teach you of my archetypical ways. That would be Lucifer in all its glory, put into one man. You guys have this idea that the devil was real. The devil is not real. Lucifer was an angel that was just dying for attention, that wanted all the glory of God. I present to you, Rapper Russ! Ooh, okay. A total weenie. A weenie. Let me show you. Where's my devil cards? Where's my demon cards? He's such a fucking weenie, bro. Why did I like him? Because he was a weenie. I told you, I like these weenie-ass motherfuckers. They're fucking weenies. Fucking weenie-ass bitch. He's such a fucking weenie. There he is. There's Russ. There's Russ. Nobody bought my album. Hey, did you guys see him gaslighting and begging on fucking TikTok? See, in the sense of stalking, you could say I'm stalking him. No, the Holy Spirit knows exactly where you are and when to get you. Anyways, his TikTok's like, buy a ticket to my show or I'll kill you. No, I'll just kill myself. Fucking, what a fucking bitch, bro. Like, you're such a fucking beggar. See Lucifer out there begging for God's love. Why don't you love me like you love God and you love your children? I can't take it. I married that child, and I have to stick to this, like, in all lives. Like, he's always there. Yeah, bro, as soon as I fucking wake up, it's you again. Oh, God. I hate you. Why? Because I'm in hell. So I'm married to the man of hell. Again, me and my future husband are going to spend a lot of time laughing at you if you don't fucking heal your bullshit. I mean, the whole world does. Once they see... I don't know. Whatever. It's not fun to watch. It's hideous. See his curly hair? Oh, God. I'm going to choke and die. You guys don't know the whole heavens and scene. This guy's trying to out to get you. Does he have any power? He's begging you for your fucking attention. Manipulating your feelings so that you can like him. Stuck in the hell of his own feelings. He's one hell of a guy. Let's go on to the Chariot. It can also cancel. Yeah, explore why that was. Alright, so for your, for your side notes here, people, for your mini notes, the Chariot means progress and determination. Let's move on. Strength. I want to show you how they're both young women. I spoke about this earlier, how that's kind of the representation of spring and symbolic and the, the maiden. In all cultures, it was the young girl that was going to go out and she was going to establish herself throughout the families. As much as it's fucked up, the Eastern, because of population control and shit, they would sell their women and they would get rid of their women and all of this because they had no monetary value, but that's because of the patriarchy. They never wanted them to know how much value a woman had. They made them think they were, They had no value. In the sense of they didn't empower them, they disempowered them fully because of that. Same with men. If they let you act in your feelings and not without logic, you would be out of control, and that's what a woman brings out of you is your feelings. And you see that you lose it, right, Marshall Mathers? When you don't know how to harness those feelings and you don't know how to put it into words and you want to force someone to do something that they won't do, you can't control this person and you just want to love them and this isn't working. So they taught women to not rise up against their men and cause them to be animalistic in that sense, to assert their dominance over these women. Men are used to that. A passive woman, right? These women in the cultures were sent out as young girls to go assert their dominance, just as the boys. They had to take these journeys. It wasn't quinceañeras, bro. It wasn't sweet 16s. These were serious fucking, These were serious rites and rituals that you had to take, these women had to take. Look it up, especially the Native American ones. I think it's at the age of 13, 14. It's quite interesting. So, your side note for this is management and endurance. Okay? Strength card. Embodiment of strength is patience, working with limitations, and striving towards perfection. And I spoke of that. We talked about Kalik, or Kobe. They're the definition of strength. And that's, he'll tell you, it's like it comes with time. It comes with perseverance. It comes with practice. You have to keep applying yourself. He won't let you quit. And he'll make you understand, again, with Nipsey, the marathon continues. You're becoming a sharper blade each time, we put your face to the fucking ground. That's what I see them doing. They're so violent. They're holding my head against the rock. They're like, we're making you sharper. And then they show it. They're some assholes, dude. Talking about spiritual boot camp. Motherfuckers. I love them. And you want me to be soft with you. They've got my head on the fucking ground and they're rubbing it against the fucking... They're dragging me like a fucking... They're showing me... the movie Troy, when Achilles drags Hector away off his feet and his head's just bouncing on the rock. I'm making you stronger. Get off me. Stop it. Why are they doing this? Oh, endurance. They're making me, you know, a good tool of God. Alright, anyways, it's funny. The Strength card represents self-guidance and self-confidence. It's time to summon your courage and determination to get your situation under control. Remember to act with grace and sensitivity rather than using brute force. I know, quit busting my balls, bastards. And that's where I gotta teach them how to put some divine feminine on that shit. They have to learn how to be soft with me. They don't. They'll just sit there watching me crying and say, why are you being a bitch? And I have to stand up for myself to them. Like, you know what, bitch? If you don't fucking pretend like you give a fuck, and they don't, who gives a fuck? Mac Miller? Somebody else had to come in, because these motherfuckers are cold, hard killers, bro. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. No is not an answer. I can't is not an answer. I won't. Help me? Help yourself. Those aren't... That's them. And then as I'm sitting there recovering, and they done tied me up and shit, and here comes Mac Miller on a Monday. I'm not okay. You're okay. You're okay. It's like, I know they're mean. It's like, they're never in the same... He never stands with them. Never has he been there while they're there. It's like he sneaks in. He sneaks in when I'm first waking up or in the middle of the night to make sure I'm okay. This is a good card for leadership, as it signifies you are ready to take on challenges and stand firm. But he's a sign that means that makes me know that it's over. They're somewhere and it's all over. I'm in the recovery room and he comes to visit before, you know what I mean, they come back to check my vitals and shit. To get to the vital shit. What's that? Kobe running the reels of how I could have done it better as he was dragging my head through the fucking rocks. So you want to go into your choices were the jungle or the river filled with rocks? I don't know. Go with the flow, bro. I don't know what's in those. Welcome to the jungle. It gets worse here every time. Can you swim? I don't know, bro. It's two fates. It's between a rock and a hard spot is what you should have put as your post. The elements were calling me. There is confidence and strength, a feeling of permanence and solidity. All right. What does strength mean to you? In creative projects, strength shows you taking raw ideas and developing them out of sacrificing its spirit. Sacrificing its spirit, yeah. Think about a raw idea or a concept you may have and how it could take physical form as a piece of artwork, writing, or prototype. In terms of health, strength shows resilience, vitality, recovering from illness, and the willpower to break bad habits. Are there any bad habits that you've been wanting to break, and what are some things that you can do to make it happen? The reversal. When reversed, the strength card represents weakness of will, an avoidance of risk, conflict, and decision-making. That's what I've learned about Libras. You think they're balanced, but they're not. They're afraid. I'm not afraid. The fuck you aren't, bitch. You're hell of afraid. You scared. Ooh, he's scared. Marshall Mathers is so filled with fears. It's okay. I hope you're working through them. But yeah, he's hell afraid of risk, conflicts, and decision-making. Why? Because they're afraid of how this is going to affect others. They're very aware of their Libras are a part of Venus, so they're very aware of relations to others, how their actions have an effect on others. Quite simply, but they just seem to miss the, you know what I mean, the real serious ones or something like that. In the sense of they have a people-pleasing kind of mentality and of keep the peace. They're peacekeepers. They're supposed to be. But if they're not balanced, they're out there looking crazy. Who are examples? Fucking Snoop Dogg. Fucking Marshall, of course. Russ. There's more of them. They all hang out together. They're like a boy band group. Not mine. You don't even know the name of my band. They're completely out of tune with me. This can refer to you ignoring your instincts altogether or allowing fear of conflict to stop you from taking action. And that's it. They don't want the heat. They don't want the heat. Marshall's all about beef, but he don't want the heat. True story. He don't want the heat. He don't even want to open a can of whoop ass. He don't want the heat that comes with opening it. He don't want to take the action of opening the can because of what it might let out. He's afraid of, you know what I mean? That's it. The conflicts. That's Russ. He don't want the heat, bro. Why? Because it got hot on him before. There was this whole fuck Russ movement that had fucked up his career in the middle. He said some shit that he couldn't take back. So now he walks around like, fuck you, because he doesn't accept that, you know what I mean? He feels like they'll never take him back, so he can say whatever the fuck he wants. Similar to Kanye. Very similar. Alright, moving on. Did you guys get that? Let's forget. Let's keep going. The Hermit. See? It's me. I'm the elixir of life. Or you could say, you know, my shining light. The Hermit. See how they both have a light? One's going into the wilderness, one's going into the waters. For a man to take his little trip into the wilderness, and that's those men. They go hunting. A real man goes hunting. Where? Apparently in Wyoming, because it's easier to get a... There's lots more to hunt and shit, and it's easier to get a license to do it. They do it in places in Colorado. They have hunting seasons and different stuff. I want to try one of these bow seasons. No, that's totally inhumane, dude. I don't want to kill anything. And if the sense of I'm going to kill it, I want to shoot it in the head and make sure it dies right away and doesn't suffer. But, you know, I'm a better hunter than you. I'm the huntress. This is what this talks about. A retreat. Often associated with isolation, the Hermit celebrates forging your own path and a pursuit of truth and knowledge, right? This card most commonly represents a state of mind in which you wisely withdraw and keep to your own counsel, enjoying solitude, as you need space to progress your thoughts and feelings. I want to talk to you about that, Wolfman. Anytime you pull one of my cards, which would be the High Priestess, the Hermit, the Moon, or the Eight of Cups, anytime you pull one of those cards that's a pullback card, you see that as a bad thing. As an Aries, you think everything is about taking action, taking action, taking action, taking action. You're always yelling that at everyone, how they need to take action. If they're always staying in movement, they don't see where they're going. Is that a thing for you, Aries? Like you don't see where you're going? It's not always... I guess that's it. You were born with this action sense, the beginning of action. Dude, we're already on fire. We're trying to put the... You know what I mean? We're just burning. Somebody call 911. This fire's been burning in me my whole life. It's never going to go out. You're like always like starting fires. Like ready to jump into action. That's what you're always talking about. This new thing. Jumping into action. Jumping into action. Look at my new this. Look at my new that. Okay, yeah. Talking about Jonica, that's her too. All the time trying to talk about something new. But it's all old. And that's what you did today in your video too. You said, I'm talking about, I don't know, something about Cambodia. You know you can get a lobster dinner there for 12. I saw that in a movie once. No, I don't want to go to fucking Cambodia and look at the sad kids in the middle of fucking summer. The fuck is wrong with you, bitch? Sorry, that was disrespectful. I apologize. I shouldn't be calling you bitches. Why can't you go to Alaska? It's like we're not going to Bali and having sex on the beaches. It's too hot in Bali too. Why can't we go to Alaska? Why can't we go to somewhere cool and have sex on the beach? I make a great sex on the beach. You're talking the drink? I'm talking whatever you're talking. What are we talking about? If I could talk, you're like... Just kidding. It was very flirtatious. That's my favorite drink. Of course I know how to make sex on the beach. Have I had sex? Yeah, it's not the greatest feeling. There's sand and stuff. I can feel the friction. You can't remember the sex? No! Do you remember who it was with? Let me focus. Yes. There's multiple partners. At once? No. Different times. That's pissing my husband off. Ex-husbands. What, I'm not allowed to have memories? Bastard. You're just mad because I don't remember you. Thank goodness for that. Anyways, he's always mixing a big, like it's a bad thing for you to fucking not be taking action. Like you're supposed to, like, you know, the being reserved is not is a terrible thing. What did he call them? He said the high priestess was emotionally mushy. I am so emotionally mushy. Push my belly, like the feels very dope. I'll giggle. Emotionally unavailable. I turned him off. And that's what that, dude, the Sigma fucking female, dude, I'm totally all of that. I was like, thanks. Now you can tell people what's wrong with me. Nothing. What's wrong with you? Let's figure you out now. What card do you resonate? He always thinks he's a fucking emperor. If you don't stop, you and your high horse. It's not even a horse, it's a ram. Interesting. Alright, go back to this. The Hermit card. It's all about, you know, sticking to yourself. It can show breaking with tradition and finding a unique approach to a challenge. Relying on yourself as you have the answers you need. If you are under pressure to make a decision, the Hermit shows you need more time. And that's what it is. It's like, we need more time. We're not ready. It's like a cicada, dude. They have to stay underground for 17 years, only to burst out one summer and spend, you know, one summer flying around, checking out life. We're not ready to burst out of that egg. We're not ready to burst out. You're always ready to burst into action, and you don't even know what time it is. It's like, it's not action. We're in a halftime. We're not even, the fucking show hasn't even started. What feelings does this card invoke on you? Do you enjoy a bit of solitude, or do you dread it? Do you feel the need to fill silence with idle chatter or electronics or some other mental stimulation? Why do you think that is? And I said that so many times, dude, and that video said it. It's like, this is a guy that could sit in her silence and not say anything. That would be amazing. How long can you sit with me before you're going to start putting words and stuff, filling this space with yourself? Because you don't know how to just enjoy the space and time together. You have to fill it with yourself. You have to fill yourself up with space all the time. You have to be busy. You have to be entertained. Maintenance. You need lots of maintenance. There's a lot of maintenance to keeping you, your energy, you know what I mean? Keeping you happy is what they call that. Keeping you content. You need so much exterior material fucking stimuli is what that is. Could you just go into the woods for 3 days with some food, with the things you need, and no electricity? There's always that thing. It's like, could you go into a fucking cabin in the middle of nowhere with no fucking connection and enjoy yourself? Or you'd lose your mind and you'd have cabin fever and you'd run out of there running, you know what I mean, to fucking Starbucks like a maniac. What do you go to the ocean for? Just to take your fucking clothes off and take a picture, Jonica? Do you understand what the waters are for? Or you don't want to get your fake hair wet? Because they're going to see your bushy-ass afro. Fucking chick. You want them to see your butt cheeks so they don't look at your afro. I'm looking at your big-ass feet, bitch. You just sell those on Feet Finder. I'm sure you already found that out, though. I'm a little slow on this shit. You sell every part of your body to the fucking internet. Why is that okay with your husband? Because he does the same. Your husband. Ooh, are you getting married? Ooh, I wish that upon you, too. And the essence is like, you like attracts like. You guys are out there just the same-ass energy, bro. Same-ass, bacon-ass energy. Ugh. I have a bad taste in my mouth when it comes to you, Aries, bro. I have a couple bad examples. It doesn't mean one apple ruins the lot, but damn, I dealt with a lot with this fucking. She's not even an apple, dude. She's a fucking. Be nice. I'm gonna move on. Do you need to fill silence with idle chatter or electronics or some other mental stimulation? Why do you think that is? There's a difference between choosing solitude and being lonely, not by choice. Can you think of someone in your life who may need a friend or connection right now? You got a friend. Oh, come on, God, I don't want to call her. Why? I just don't want to. You have to feed a connection, dude. In the essence, what am I getting out of this? Experience, practice. Shut up, Kobe. Shut up. They got a point. I'm not going to be a good friend if I don't learn how to be a friend. But I don't want to learn. And that's where this is. I'm fine by myself. You fucking people need all of this. Okay, here's where it starts. How have you been? Have you been watching my videos? No, I haven't. Then you don't care about my life. But you let me sit in your car or wherever we're about to go and spend 4 hours listening about your life. If you would have listened to my videos, I bet this whole thing, this whole conversation isn't about to happen. And all I'm going to do through this whole conversation is said, you should have watched my video. That came up in my video. That came up in my video. That's all I fucking tell people all the fucking time. I told your whole story in my video the other day. Did you hear it? Are you the one person that unsubscribed? People want me to make their life better. Just being around me makes you, yeah, I'm a gift to you. You're a challenge to me. You're challenging me to be nice and understanding and respectful and all this shit as you pour out all this shit that I can't stand on me. I have to stand there and take it and learn how to fucking alchemize this shit. And sometimes I can't take it. And that's okay too. Because then I'll just have to go and do it again. So ultimately, I have no choice but to sit around taking people's bullshit and learning how to fucking be Christ-like about it. I'd rather not. I'd rather not sit around in your fucking stupid fucking energy. Having low vibrational fucking conversations and shit. She made me feel dumb, but at the same time, when I look back, I was like, you're a fucking dumb bitch. In the sense of, she's like, let's go out to eat. I was like, alright. She's like, what do you want to eat? I was like, I'm absolutely not picky. Anything. And she starts listing all this shit. Have you been here? Nope. Have you been here? Nope. Have you been here? Nope. Have you been here? After about the 7th restaurant of her asking me if I've been there, I'm starting to feel stupid. And I look at her and I tell her, look, I have 2 small kids. They have fucking sensory issues and they don't eat good foods. They eat boxed foods. And for me to go out into restaurants, I feel like a horrible person. So I don't have much experience going out. So pick a place and we'll go. No matter where you pick, it's somewhere I've never been before. So I feel like, I'm uncultured because I don't sit around going to all these places eating nice foods. Where did we pick? Chiba Hut. She's like, have you ever been there? They make sandwiches and stuff in reference to weed. That sounds funny. Let's go. I love sandwiches. I'm a white girl. I love sandwiches. And we went. And that was it. Now let me tell you what happened when we went there. Now she's not going to be my friend. That's okay. This is what I mean about please don't make me do this. We get there. And she knows what she wants to order, and she's, you know what I mean, and I've never been there. Just like today, I'm excited. I never been to Qdoba, and I see it, and it's like kind of set up like, I don't know, Subway or any other fucking shit. Anyway, so I've never been there, and I'm excited, and I want to look at everything, and then I make my order. She gets her order, but they don't have the chips that she wants. She's like, you guys don't got no Lay's? Maybe it was Doritos. I don't fucking know. She's like, no. She's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go get some. And I'm like looking at her, we're on Colfax, right? And I was like, where are you going to get chips? She's like, I'm going to go down to the gas station. You're going to leave a restaurant because they don't have the chips you want with your sandwich and you're going to go drive down? Yeah, girl, I can't have it without my chips. So then we go out. I was like, dude, there's no fucking 7-Eleven down Colfax. She's like, no, there's one right over there. I was like, if there was, it's gone. And somebody says, yeah, it's not there. And she's like, all right. She was literally going to walk out and go get her extras. Like, I cannot enjoy this meal unless I have everything I want. I thought that was so fucking extra. Beyond extra. Beyond extra, bro. Did I handle it? Yeah, I just watched. What can I do? I can't act up. All I can do as the Sigma is sit there and watch things. I just take it all in.
Did you say Sigma?
Yes, I did. I just take it all in. I watch all this shit go down as I go out there. And then I come back here and I blow up on the internet and tell you all the unbelievable things I witnessed human beings acting and doing. And how unbelievable it was for me. And let me tell you how I see it. And why are these behaviors even okay? If she was on a date with a man And he took her out to go fucking to this place. And it was expensive, bro. It was like 40 fucking something dollars for fucking sandwiches. It was a date. In essence, it could have been. It's supposed to be a restaurant environment. She's like, you got to try their drinks. I get there, and I was like, what is it? And it's Kool-Aid. It's literally Kool-Aid. I'm not paying $4 for Kool-Aid. I don't drink it at home. I would not go to a restaurant and drink fucking Kool-Aid. But I guess it makes sense at a stoner. It makes sense. That's funny. But I'm not lowering myself and drinking Kool-Aid. She's like, they got the best Kool-Aid. They got the best drinks. I get there, and it's Kool-Aid, bro. I drink Kool-Aid my whole childhood. I get this as a stoner drink, that when you're stoned, you want to eat a sandwich and drink some Kool-Aid. That's a great concept, but I'm not spending money on Kool-Aid. That's just me. I'm just kind of logically thinking. In the essence, though, she goes on a date, in the essence, if she did, and she was with some guy, and they didn't have her chips, and she threw this fit. Was that acceptable? She was going to leave me or make me go with her to go buy her chips before our meal came. But then in the parking lot realized there was nowhere to go to get these chips and had to surrender to the fact that she didn't get her chips with her sandwich. I thought that was extremely extra and over the top. But again, I just, as a guest and the first time hanging out with this person, you just kind of, go with the flow and observe and whatever. And I'm not calling you for a second date. And I'm the one that invited you to go ghost hunting. And you act like this in public? What did I do? We brought in cool people, you know what I mean? And smoked weed and shit. We get out there and you're weird. They came and talked to me, whatever. Oh yeah, the reverse can indicate that you are feeling alone and unsupported, and this is more of an attitude than a reality. So ask yourself if you are avoiding help. Alternatively, this card can show a time when you're cut off from your usual support system and have been ghosted by those you trust. Think of a time you felt excluded and write about those emotions. You got ghosted? That would be Hermit. I guess if you look at it that way, they're going into Hermit. They're about to ghost you. I guess if you look at it that way. And that's it too. It's a retreat. But going back to it, there's men that don't find that, you know what I mean? I told you, Marshall doesn't worry when I'm quiet. He knows I'm dealing with some shit. He knows he'll hear from me soon. He's not intimidated. He doesn't, well, he had no reason to suspect that I was talking to someone else or doing something. And when I do, I talk to him about it. And I talk to everyone about it. I do. I have such an open conscience. It can't be guilty. I won't allow the guilt of any of my actions. So if I'm over there talking to while I'm over there talking to Bobby, when I was still talking to everyone else, I told him I was talking to him and what we were talking about. And I typically send screenshots of all my conversations to all of them. That's why they don't want to get caught up in a conversation, because they know that shit's going to end up on the internet. It's true. Why wouldn't I have told my closest fucking twin flame about what happened to me? He's the only person I could have. If I didn't have Marshall, that shit would have ate me up. If Marshall wasn't there to catch me after my actions, you know what I mean? If I didn't feel safe enough to tell him, I wouldn't have been able to be safe enough to wear it and tell the world. And what made it safe? His stupid ass fucking... Him being him makes it safe. What happened? The very next day, you dropped a video talking about, are you tired of blowjobs? All the time. He made it okay to talk about it. But I knew it was going to be hurtful. But I had, you know what I mean? If you love me, you'll let me talk about this. And what happened? A month earlier, I talked about how we were going to have to get out there and don't make me do this. And then I come back a month later and guess what I did? Don't hate me. How was it? No, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. Did you remember? I did. That was my biggest fear. What if I do this again and I don't even remember? Just black out. Did you remember everything? No, just particulars. But as fucking, condemning, as fucked up as you guys want to say that is, I had no memories. And what did he say when I first told him that? We're going to have to refresh your memories. I told that to this person. They're like, don't talk to him. He's a serial killer. Don't talk to him. Is that what he said to you after all this? He said, yeah. You're right. That's all he ever said was like, we're going to have to refresh your memories. like, I want to give you that memory back. Well, I took it. I didn't regret it. Only the fact that I had to, you know what I mean, tell everyone about it. Well, let me tell you all about it.
She's not going to eat them.
No, she's not, which means you're going to have to pick them up. She's not your personal vacuum cleaner. Alright, let's move on to the next card. So what's the keywords to the Hermit? I'll make you eat them. I'm going to sneak them back into the bag and make you eat them with hair on them. Such a bitch. The Hermit stands for analyst and solitude. Alright, the Wheel of Fortune. No, this is not a good card. It means we're going to spin the wheel and see where you land. It's like Russian roulette, bro. You don't know. You really don't know. I mean, kind of. But the only kind of you know is you kind of know if you're on top, then you're going to kind of end up going towards the bottom. That's all you know, bro. It's a flow. There's no preference to it. The Wheel of Fortune, it's not. When they say it's fate, it just means that it was a roll of the dice. That's it. People think that, you know, you got lucky. Yeah, it was just fate. I kind of did. You know what I mean? And that's what this stands for, is luck and fate. Wheel of Fortune. Hey, that shit is loud as fuck. This card represents a ceding of control, the embrace of destiny, and the movement of the universe. Anything is possible. Chance meetings, unexpected offers, and positive new arrivals. A positive news arrives in force. If life has been difficult recently, the wheel... Are you on the run? Are you on the run? Is that why you keep bouncing from country to country? Are you on the run from something? I just wonder why you don't spend no time in America. Are you on the run for something? A bunch of exes. They're gonna find you. They know where you live. You can't... Man. That's why you shut down your Instagram all the time. Yeah, you forgot what you did over your... I thought about that earlier. Oh, dude, he had a bad birthday, bro. How can you act like that? So old. You totally went in your shadows. You were embarrassed as fuck. I know you were, and I teased you. I was like, what'd you sleep with? Did you see yourself? Did you see your stories? Did you see the girl you woke up in bed with? Poor Oscar. I'm the worst person to have picking on someone. I'm sorry. For you, I only feel it for you, bro. The rest of them, I don't really. That's what you get, bitch. That's what you get. No, I apologize to Ellie. Like, enough. I don't apologize to Mike for calling him gay because I'm very confused. I can't be for sure about his energy. You serious? I'm dead ass. I've had that conversation with Russ since the beginning of my fucking awakening. I asked him just last week if he was married. That was a form of asking about your committal level and sexuality. I don't know. What makes you question it? There's a lot of things going on there. His friend especially. Yeah? You could say the same thing about Lewis. Meaning you've never considered that Lewis might be gay. Did everybody go quiet? Yeah, bro. Have I hollered up a gay tree before? Oh yeah. Would I know the difference? I don't think so. And now I'm a little standoffish. When you're too, you know what I mean? When you're too feminine, now I have to wonder. I didn't really wonder before. Now I have to very wonder. Especially, okay, where do all these assumptions come from? I had to explain that with Ali. Why did you think I was gay? Well, first off, you're a Middle Eastern man. You haven't been with any women. All of your following is fucking men. And you're always praising other men. You have no relations with women whatsoever. And my understandings of the Middle Eastern men is they favor men opposed to women. How do you know that? You don't want to know. Alright, going back to Mike. Okay, you could say it was just his softness. No, but it was also his design. He designed this shirt in the beginning, bro. He designed this idea for a shirt. It was called the Gentleman's Crop. It was a shirt that cut right, like, literally right above the belly button, or right underneath the belly button. So where, like, a man's hair, you know that little hair from their belly button down there? It was, like, right there, bro. To where it sat right above where it was supposed to highlight. If there was a way to make a man have cleavage and to make it sexy, you know it's those marks, right, on the man? Lewis, stand up, please. Pull your shirt up. Thanks. You know those... Sorry, I'm such a fucking cunt. Anyways, it's those marks on their hips, right? That's man cleavage for a woman, right? And so the shirt came right there, bro, where you saw the fucking happy trail and the cleavage. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And I'm high and I'm being funny and I'm like, Russ, he's a whole faggot, bro. He wants to see the junk.
Can't say that.
I know I can't say it. I said what I shouldn't say.
Say
I said what I shouldn't say. Stop telling me what I can and can't do. I know why. All right, listen to me. It wasn't something we couldn't do. It's something we're trying to stop doing because we're aware that people are sensitive to it. But it wasn't something we couldn't do. Now you can't tell us it's not something now we're trying to reprogram something they said was all right. Work with me here. And I'm telling you exactly how the conversation is, not because I always use it, but that's exactly what I said. I didn't say he's a fluffer. I didn't say that he's any of those. I said, look at this guy. He's a faggot, bro. He wants to look at the junk. He cut the shirts that tight so that the man's junk stands out. And that's what I meant. It showed the happy trail and the fucking cleavage. I was like, he's a whole gay guy, bro. And then I started evaluating his music and his softness of his music. And then he's all about the broskies. It's the Studs Ranch. My mind just went on, bro. It just went on. And I was like, he's gay. And then in the middle of, after a couple of months, he comes out with a beard. You mean physically? No, he said he was married. He married some woman, like Michael Jackson. He just somehow had a woman that he married, and they're going to have kids, and he's going to... I swear to God, bro. He wasn't dating nobody, nothing. And all of a sudden, he has a beard. See, like, that was like when Marshall Mathers came out. He's got a beard. The beard's weird, man. Marshall's isn't. Well, he doesn't take care of it. Oh. Anyways. Alright, so then there's Lewis. Lewis be in the bathhouses and in fucking, you know what I mean, in tubs and shit. He'd be with a bunch of other masculine naked men. Europeans are all about that nakedness, bro. They're all comfortable in their nudity, but Lewis is only around men. Spencer? Spencer. I thought that was his boyfriend, bro. They're real close. They're real tight. You think they haven't seen...
It's called a bromance.
They do. They have a serious bromance, but I didn't know if it was physical. And just because they're not touching doesn't mean they're not...
It's normal if they're wearing socks.
Oh, God. I did consider that.
That's a real thing, by the way.
An inability to have an intimate relationship with a woman indicates some serious fucking understandings. Meaning you can't connect with a woman, you can't have a bromance. A romance, so you have to go to a bromance. And that's what we're discovering about the P. Diddy, you know what I mean, fun stuff. And then you put it all together and it gets really confusing because Lewis is part of that very exclusive, you know, top line of psychopaths and killers up there. Like he's friends with Kanye. We might see a picture of him. He's best friends with Will Smith. Like every time I look up, he's sleeping with the enemy. No, he's not. He's whining and dining them, which is weird. And then, you know, you look at his, you know what I mean? You're like, you question my sexuality? Indeed I do. Indeed I do. It's a projection of your outside world that makes me question your inside world, to be honest. I'm just saying. You ever see Mike around women, talking about women in a good way? What's your relationship with your mother, Mike? Mike and Ike? Are you catching or receiving? This is my joke with Mike all the time. What does this have to do with fate? I don't know. That's why I said when Kanye came out and said he was sucking dick, it's like, I did not see that coming. That was unforeseen I did not see that. But again, there's more to be told with the guys, is we've all had to take on a certain level of, you know what I mean? Sexual shadows. Okay. We'll leave that to your own story time. Think of a time when you seemed, okay, what does this say? Let's see, chance meetings. Additionally, it reveals psychic abilities, so use it wisely to listen to your intuition and manifest your wishes. While you cannot control the forces of the universe, you can certainly come to a better understanding to your role within it, right? And that's where we work with the energy. We don't really have a full understanding of it, but we understand what it's doing, and we work with the understanding that we do have. What feelings does this invoke in you? Do you think of yourself as lucky, always in the right place at the right time? That's why they called me. My nickname forever was Lucky. When I became a singer and songwriter, it became Lucky the Phoenix, right? Because, you know what I mean, the shape-shifting. After I stopped being the songwriter, I became the High Priestess Phoenix. I've always been considered lucky, blessed, highly favored. People see this all the time in my life. In the essence, when it comes to, if I'm in town, I'm just going to win tickets to Russ's bullshit. Because I'm not buying tickets to this bullshit. You know what I mean? If I've got to face you and we've got to do this, and I have to show that I'll go this far to fucking get this over with, if this is what I got to do, then I got to do it. But I don't see me, why would they put me here for this? Especially at that time. What happens at that time? It's the weekend, it's right after 4th of July weekend. Why you do a fucking concert on a Tuesday? To give you the strength, huh? You needed the strength to climb up my mountain? Do you know what the weather is doing at that time of year? You never listen to me, Russ. You listen to what you want to listen to. I'll tell you, at the 4th of July, there's always a shift in the weather, a shift in the wind. Our wind always comes from the west to the east, but something happens around the 4th of July, and it ruins our 4th of July weekend. It'll either ruin the show or whatever. It lasts for days. Rain, unbelievable rain and wind, kalik, if there was a way to describe it. Hail and rain. It ruins festivities, everything. It comes in right that weekend. And you're going to do an outside concert that weekend. You start your concerts rained out. It has nothing to do with you fucking around with me. It has to do with you not knowing how the energy works. So if this was to happen and your concert gets rained on, just know it wasn't necessarily me, my prayers, the gods, or anything. It was literally just the timing. The other one? No. Las Vegas, I shut that bitch down. I sent every bit of magic I could to protect those people in the best way I could. I knew what your mom's intention was for that crowd. And when it went down, she lost all fucking confidence to ever be able to do it again. She knew she couldn't. Every time I know you're going to a show, I send that shit, bro. You're not taking anything out of that show but your weak-ass ticket sales. That's it, bro. You're not taking no energy. You're not taking no new fans. You're not taking anything. You're not taking any joy from these people anymore. Know that. And for that reason, again, I don't want to be in Colorado in the middle of the fucking heat. I'm afraid today. Get me the fuck out of this. Meaning what? We're going north for the summer. It's hot. As bad as the winter hit the south, imagine how bad the summer is going to hit. It's going to be bad. I'd say let's go to Michigan or something, but they're up by those. No, it boils those waters and then you're just in a steam bath. Good God, people. Gotta hide under the trees with the fresh breeze. California, not too safe necessarily. I don't know if I should ever go back to California after what I saw. I know better. I know it's a ticking time bomb. I know that I'm safe wherever I go, but at the same time, I don't want to be placed in a place of destruction, in the line of destruction when I know it's there. It's like you don't know when it's going to go off, but it's going to go off. Why play that? That's literally Russian roulette. Will I get out alive? Yeah, of course. God won't let me die. I'm too important. But I don't want to be part of that. I don't want to witness it. I don't want to get close to it. I don't want to have nothing to do with it. Why there? It's a whole energy. It's a whole bad energy. It can't be cleaned. It can't be washed away. It can't be staged away. The blood runs too deep. It runs to the core of what California is. California is based on an energy of negativity. It harvests it. So they'll break it out, and all that energy that's in Mount Shasta will come straight from underneath the ground. It won't have to work through the layers of the being. That's kind of how it is too. You as your light, right? So your skin is like the crust of the earth. Underneath your skin, the molten core of what your skin is, you know what I mean, what makes the whole body work. That life force, right? So there's lots of life force underneath California that some people can feed off of near the beaches and in the lands. But as you actually live the life on that land, it sucks out your life force. The force is outside of the land. It's hard to explain. It's an energy vortex. It's hard to explain. Once they break the, you know what I mean? It's like a pimple, I guess. That's what they're showing. The best way to describe it. And that's the same as going down to, you know, the, what is it? The geysers, right? That the people go to see. You know for a fact that is what that is that's making that explode. It's basically a volcano underneath the land that you're enjoying how it blows out this water in the steamy waters. But in order for that energy to fully come out, this land is going to explode, and it's going to have some really serious, you know what I mean? And that's it. That energy is going to blow itself out of there. The only thing stopping it is the land. So in the essence, your soul is going to live on. The only thing stopping it is this skin. You know what I mean? Your soul is going to live. Your spirit is going to live. The only thing stopping it is your skin and how you won't let it live. So that's what I was saying. It's like a pimple, dude. Like a pimple, until it pops, it's just filling up with pus until it pops. And once it pops, it heals, right? It goes away. What does this have to do with the Wheel of Fortune? I don't know. Something about California. Stay away. I mean, ultimately. As lucky. All right. Think of a time when you seemed to be on a streak of bad luck. How did you cope with that, and what did you learn from the experience? Would people describe you as moody or temperamental? Up one day or down the next? Are those mood fluctuations reactions to what's going on around you? And that's it too. I'm not stable. I'm not predictable. I'm not steady. I'm very steady. I'm very still. You just think that I need to be in an institution or in an organization or in a program. No. There's serious predictability to my unpredictability. There's a serious knowing that, you know what I mean, a calmness in my chaos. It's not as real as you see it. And that's what I said. You see my life as all chaos and destruction, but it's calm, quiet, little movement at all. As I say, I'm the most ain't doing shit. I don't take much movement. I move when I'm guided, and when we go, it's an adventure to be had, and, you know, but in essence, no. There's a whole lot of not moving around. When I first started this journey, God gave me one specific, you know, term to live by, one motto. I'm going to put you in places. There's going to be people there, but they're not going to be able to help you. All you're going to have are the clothes on your back. And you're going to have to stay there until the job is done. That's all I have to live by. He promised that he's going to put me in places. There'll be people, but they're not going to be able to help me. I'm only going to have the things that he's already provided me with. And I cannot leave. I will never be able to force my way out of this place until the job is done. And I never know what the job is until it's all done. How do I know the job is done? There's signs. I feel myself moving. My pipe will break. Jewelry will break. Things will start breaking. Why? Destruction. The foundations are falling. I see things that destroy. You know what I mean? Like when my jewelry breaks, when my nail just broke. You know what I mean? When things break, they're breaking open. The truth is coming out. You know what I mean? When that fucking volcano starts smoking and you guys are afraid of what's going to come out, I know that it's going to be good. Yes, destruction. But from that, new growth. It's just an understanding. So I have signs that I know. As the wheel turns is what they say. I'm confused about this one, though, because he promised me security by the time the kids start school. The kids will start school in August. It's like, where will you take me and how will you get me stable by the time of August? He can do all things. But at the same time, it's like, dude, that's only a couple months. But then I look back, he took me through so many states and so many timelines in 5 weeks. It's like he could do unbelievable things over a weekend. And that's it. I'm going to take you somewhere. There's not going to be anyone there. You're going to have the clothes on your back. And you're going to have to stay there till the job is done. Why do I need to go to Alaska? It has to do with the land. I don't know anybody there. In the whales. I need to put my light there. I need to put myself there. Activate the land with my light and be activated by the land with, activate my light by the land. It's an exchange of energy. Some of you want to go to the pyramids to feel that, or Mount Shasta, or wherever. They put me in all kinds of different places, and that's my next adventure. But in the sense of, I'm confused about this because that's promised to me. No matter what he does with me this summer, he promises me that we'll be still by the, by the end of the school year. Or by the start of the school year. So that puts a lot of fear in movement. Meaning there'll be a lot of movement and then there'll be grounding. It's like he could do all kinds of things with me right before he moves me. Or we could just move real slowly into stability. I cannot tell you. I never know what he's doing. Does he want me to stay here or he has works for me somewhere else? In essence, he knows what I want, but then you try to ask me, what do I want? I just want what's God's best. I'm willing. Don't you want a house? He provides me a house, so I don't want the things that he provides. He knows that the things I need. Don't you want a stability? He makes me find stability in the chaos. I told you that. Don't you want a job? No, I don't. I'll take one if I have to meet requirements, but I don't want a job. Being fully honest, no. I want to get this career going. I don't want a job anymore. Not because I have money, but because I know it's not something I want. I don't want that in my life. I don't need that in my life like I used to need that. I needed a job, God. I need this to feel good about myself. I need to be at work. I don't need that. I need to be able to do my work, God. I need more financial security without doing that. And that's where our fight was, is I wanted more, and I wanted to put my hands into it, and I wanted to work for what I wanted, what was mine. Only to find out that no matter how hard I worked, I wasn't going to get more than what he gives me. I had to learn that, surrender to it, and admit it from my own mouth. I don't want a job. I'm willing if God says it's best, but I finally surrendered that fight. I still wanted my kids to go to school, but I couldn't do it, and God gave them 1 month. He gave them 1 month of this year. All they get is the last month, and it's all fucking fun stuff they're doing. And then they go on to the next year. All this year of me feeling terrible that they weren't going to have what it takes, they were going to have to redo the year, I was a terrible mother, blah, blah, blah. Never happened. All that guilt I carried for no reason. All the times I tried to get them into school and I couldn't. It was all forgiven. It was all forgiven. I couldn't forgive myself. I couldn't forgive God. I kept having to just go with it. Kept trying to get a job, trying to get a house, trying to get my kids into school. I surrendered to the fact that they probably wouldn't see school this month, and then he finally made it happen. As I told you, I stood in front of her and I didn't throw a fit. I didn't cry. I laughed. And I told her, this is how God works. This is a fight between me and God, and I surrender. Because the way she said it, they weren't going to be able to get into school. And that was going to be the end of this year. And I accepted it. And when I accepted it, we put them in school the very next week so they could be in school. And that's just it. How long are you going to fight this? So as far as getting a house, I have a house. Everywhere I go, I have a place to stay. I spent the whole winter in a hotel, mostly. Only on nice days was I in my car. And you can look at all my videos to prove it. Before that, I camped. I didn't camp on the side of the street like people like that. I literally had my first camping adventures. You know what I mean? When I needed a place to stay, he took me to a place to stay. He took me to Arizona and he put me in a shelter. It was hot. And they had good air conditioning. If they would have had better service, Wi-Fi, we might have never, and better food, we might have never needed to leave. We were allowed to stay there for up to 4 months. You know what I mean? We had our own bathroom, we had bunk beds, we had fucking air conditioning, the dog had a dog walk, we had whatever we needed, 3 meals a day, fully taken care of. Yeah, I'm not very prideful, guys, it's not. But I didn't have to suck nobody's dick and be in a relationship just to have a roof over my kids' head. What did I do while I was there? I faced traumas. I did a bunch of healing while I was there, you know what I mean? I'm not the names and the titles that you put on me, but these things I've been fighting with God for a long time, and that's why it's like, are you ready to surrender? Yeah. I gave up trying to put my kids in school. I gave up trying to get a job. I gave up trying to get a house. When you give it to him, what happens? He'll take care of it all when you stop trying to take care of it. Meaning he has a job for me, and I do it quite well. If I tell him I need more money and I need it, you know what I mean? Then that's what it is. Do I need more money? No. Not at the moment. He knows what I need for the future, too. And who's to say that once this money runs out, that rest of that fucking tax money doesn't come in? His job is to provide my needs, not to make me feel, not to you know what I mean, to fill up my future with everything I need for the future, but to provide my needs for today. To stay in the here and now. Have I not taken good care of you today? You did. You did. And that's what that is, you know what I mean? As far as good luck, bad luck means hard lessons. You call it a string of bad luck because everything's falling apart. I just tried to tell you, it's falling into place. They're trying to break you out of bad shit. And that was another thing too, dude. I told her that God did her a favor by, you know what I mean? I told her that she was going to lose that job. I'm a fucking psychic. Why don't you guys listen to me? I told her, you're going to lose that job. So then the next Friday, she loses her job, but God gave her another job right next to her house. And I told her to be grateful for it. And then she comes back at Tuesday and she says how ungrateful she wasn't. And the text said, I was still sour about what happened on Friday. I heard you say you were ungrateful about what God did for you. And in essence, that's what I do. We'll sit down and I'm going to have to tell her all the great wonders that God's doing for her and her that she's not seeing. And that's what I have to do for all of you. You come and tell me all how the devil's fucking up your life and how everything's ruined. And I've got to show you that that's God. And that everything's okay. But in essence, you're dumping all the shit that God's done to you on me. You're dumping your karma on me. And I feel bad for you. And I take it from you. And I replace you with hope and inspiration. But when I walk away from you, I'm like, damn, God, why are you doing like that? I know why, because I walk you through it. Why he was walking you through this and what he's trying to teach you. But when I walk up, I got to take it all from you, bro. You don't even have to say nothing. Like I did that girl. I'm seeing the girl at the dispensary. I went to give her my ID that morning. Remember, guys? I'm like, what's wrong with you? It was all about relationship shit. Like, I didn't come here for this. I just came to buy a bag of weed. You're fucking hurting all over my ID. What's wrong with you? Nothing. Don't lie to me. I'm a psychic. You're hurting. Do you want to talk about it real quick so I can go grab my bag of weed? Or you just want to sit here hurting? I don't ask for it, but I do. It's my job. That's why I was crying earlier in my post. Please don't make me go out there, God. Please, it's nice and dark and I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to see your world. I don't want to give them your light. I don't care I don't want to hear your message or give them a message. Just let me sit here in the dark. It gets pitch black in here. I can turn it pitch black in the day. Everywhere I go, I can usually do that. And that's what it is. It's like, please don't make me look upon their suffering and heal them. Anything. I just want to stick to myself. As soon as I go down the fucking elevator, there's the police. And that fucking girl I don't like. I don't like her, girl. I don't like her, God. Send her light. I'm gonna send her a death. Get away from me, God. That's what I mean. Anyways, going back to moody and temperamental. Up one day, down the next. Yeah. Reverse. When the wheel is reversed, you may suffer from bad luck, but thankfully this marks the end of a run of challenges. In this way, the reverse wheel represents closure. Vow to adapt, begin again, and keep on working towards your goal. What is your goal? What's your goal, Russell? Are you really trying to get a Grammy next year? Are you trying to be #1 album? You want to hit the Billboard charts? Why? You've done it before. You want to do it better, and this album's gonna do it. What if it doesn't? Are you gonna try again next album? You're annoying as fuck. You're useless. You're hopeless, bro. You're fucking hopeless, bro. Justice. Could be an air sign. This is the sign of Libra. Speak of the devils. Alright. On the top of this it says, you can't run from karma. Hey, I was right. That is the sign. This is when past errors or imbalances can be redressed. Or you may be on your own judging, or you may be your own judge. Use your perspective and integrity to make good decisions, and it will safeguard your future. You may take a moral stand on an issue, and in legal matters, a decision is made in your favor. Justice shows a logical, considered influence. A welcome arrival if life has felt chaotic. It is a card of empowerment, advising you to take a left brain approach to take control. All right, if you're part of the whole fucking Republican Party and you think any kind of, out of the box approach is a left, you know what I mean? They call it the left wing. You're never going to actually get anywhere out of your box. You keep making a right turn, you're going to end up right where you started. Just because we go left doesn't mean that you're right. Just want to point that out. What feelings does this invoke? Do you consider yourself to be fair and unbiased? Is it only a certain situation? And is it only in certain situations? That's it. I have a biased opinion about this. I'm too close to this. I have emotional investment in the outcome of this. On a spiritual level, justice shows the working out of karma, or actions and consequences. Is there a time when you did something bad, only to have something bad happen to you? How about something good? Now is the time for your projects to get support. Listen to advice from people around you whom you respect. What are some ideas you have, and have you sought advice? Do you think your hard work will be rewarded? And that comes down to effort. A lot of these questions you can have with God that you're wondering, how's this going to work out? You should know. It's an inner knowing. It's a belief in faith. But yet you'll run and question. You know what I mean? Like, let's go back to COVID. Everybody thought they had COVID. You knew if you had COVID. But you wanted to Google it. And you wanted to stick that thing up your nose 1,000,000 times. And you wanted to be safe. You just wanted to be safe. You just wanted to be safe. No, you were a worry person and you had no confidence and you had no fucking faith and you were unsure all the time and you were scared. Bottom line, you were fucking scared. You knowing if you had COVID did nothing. You had to sit and wait to see what it would do to you. Knowing meant nothing for you. And that's what it means for me as the psychic. Me telling you means nothing. You're just going to sit and wait to see what happens anyways. You didn't walk in that inner knowing. When this is justice, when it comes to justice, and you sit there playing, the victim card, why is this happening to me? Are you listening? Are you listening? And that's all it is I gotta be God's voice. Are you serious right now? Like, she's like, I don't know why I'm doing it. You're lying. I'm not telling you directly, but you're lying to yourself and to me. You know damn well what you're fucking doing. You choose not to have the willpower to reprogram yourself from doing such things. You give in to those doings. You give in to the impulse. Instead of going a different direction and doing something else, you give in every single time you feel like this. Meaning what? I don't know. She has this weird habit of fucking parking down the street from her boyfriend's. They got into domestic violence, and she does it every day after work for hours. And she knows it's fucking psycho, and she can't stop herself. How the fuck I'm going to stop you? I'm not going to go sit over there with you. Does he have to catch you? Why don't you just walk up to the door? Why don't you stop doing this? I can't. Yes, the fuck you can. If you're driving that way, you get a hold of the wheel and you drive somewhere else and tell yourself, no, I'm not going to do this today. I'm not going to do this today. If you find yourself and you wake up and you're sitting there parked in this fucking street again, get the fuck up and go. What are you doing? And that's why I can't hang out with her, dude. When she kept telling me that, she can't break. What the fuck are you talking about? It's an addiction. Yes. Stop it. You're making me sound like Dr. Phil. What the fuck is wrong with you? He changed his number. That probably means he doesn't want to talk to you. But if you want to talk that so bad, why don't you go knock on his door? And what if you did see him? What are you going to do with those feelings in this car? You're freaking me out, chick. You people freak me out. You think I'm a stalker. Nah, bro. Talk about a stalker. You want the great part? She called the police on him. This is how domestic violence works. Why did God put me in this? To remind me of how fucking stupid we are? How fucking mentally fucked up this is? She finally called for help. And then she sat there in all of the guilt of this is going to fuck up his life and this is going to fuck up our relationship. And I just didn't know what to do. And now I feel all this guilt and shame about what's happening. It's her first time. It's the first time. Save her. Don't let her get in the pattern of this. I'm trying. You can't stop us, bro. She's beautiful. And she's self-sufficient and she's a boss. And she will trap herself in a low vibrational relationship out of, programming. She knows damn well that she deserves something better. She knows she didn't like how the relationship is. The God came in and severed the relationship, and all she's doing is crawling back to it. She calls me and asks me strength to get out of it, and I give it to her, but she's not using the tools that she needs, and she's not forcing herself to go forward. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to be your sponsor for the rest of your life. Why? I don't want to relive it with you. I lived my own. It was hard enough on my own. I can give you the tools that I had, but I can't relive this with you. And that's why I can't stay with my twin flames. I know what you're suffering from. I've been there. But I can't stay there with you, bro. I can't stay in your suffering. I couldn't stay in my own. I did this for 15 years. I can't watch you do this to yourself, bro. It's like watching me kill myself. I can't watch this, bro. Did I go that far? No, but it's the same thing. It doesn't matter how far you go. And that's what I was telling her. She's like, I'm crazy. I was like, nah, there's stories about lots of girls doing shit like this. I just never been this girl. You're not alone. Girls do this type of shit, bro. They be stalking their boyfriends, bro. They really do this type of shit. It's all over the internet. You're not alone. Do you want to be that bitch? No, I don't want to. Then stop being that bitch, bro. It's like, I want a friend, but fuck, do you see the kind of people he brings me? People like me, that have been through what I've been through, so that I can help them out of it, but I don't want to stay in it. I barely got out on my own. I'm here to inspire you to get out, but I don't want to be part of it, really. It's a challenge to see myself, to revisit my old self and have strength and heal anything that wasn't healed back in that time. But see the strength in myself where I see myself as you. I remember how hard this was, how I had to go through this, how long I went through this. And that's where I come to you as, the wise woman to try to help you, but you can't save nobody from their fucking experience, from their own karma. She's gonna learn this, dude. And some women, dude, it takes their whole life to learn. She's just barely started. I looked at my own daughter when the same thing happened with her first boyfriend. You know, he's in jail. What did she do? She put her fucking brand new car up to bail him out, and he skipped bail and she lost her car. Do you think I wanted to talk to her after that? We didn't talk for months after that. But that's when I knew she was not going to give him up. She'll lose her car, she'll lose her house, she'll lose everything. She's not going to lose this relationship that she needs so much in her life. She needs a companion. Even if he's no good to her, she needs somebody. It's better to have somebody than nobody. I can't heal that in you. I had to learn that on my own. Everybody does. Codependency can't really be taught. You have to learn the hard lessons of not wanting to be around someone. And it's almost like you need to be pushed into a place of fear of going back out there so you can heal. It's not that I don't trust people. As we say, it's like I don't trust myself to open up that far because then I lose myself in loving you, bending over, you know, trying to keep the peace or keep you happy or this, that, and the other, you know what I mean? And that's how we learn our lessons. We learn, you know, karma. This is all about karma. And people are karma for sure. People are karma for sure. God put this person in your life to teach you some really serious lessons. And if you don't have a everyday happy relationship, that's your karma. That relationship is your karma. If it's not the bliss that God promised, then you're in karma. It's not to say that a blissful relationship isn't challenging. What's challenging? Overcoming fears, having hard conversations, tears. Not all that, though. Not what's in your relationships. You guys are faking it. You're holding on to it. You're pretending about it. You're molding it. You're lying about it. Meanwhile, you're both seeking attention on your phones from other people, external things. You're not really, you just cohabitate together. You're not really in union with each other, in synchronicity. It's fake. You get no love. It's fake love. Right? Anyways, let's see. On a spiritual level, justice shows you working out a karma. Yeah. Now is not the time for now is the time for projects to get support, rewarded. Reverse justice, life goes out of balance. Work, relationships, money, issues spiral out of control. You were treated unfairly, which is compounded by bad advice from a trusted individual. You're not able to speak your truth and feel overruled by those who do not understand your predicament. Find your voice and stay strong with your values. Sorry, I got to download. With your values and write them down. Is this just a typical trait of the Libra? You're not able to speak your truth, so you feel overruled by those who don't understand your predicament? Is that why you guys spend so much time trying to explain yourselves? In essence, there's not much of a difference. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at what they're doing with their music, right? You look at Marshall and his music. He's always trying to explain his predicament. He's trying to paint this picture of his predicament. Russ, on the other hand, is trying to fabricate some kind of fucking, challenge or virtue in his life. He's trying to create that he overcame some shit. He has absolutely no viable proof that he has had any kind of challenges, traumas, or tribulations that he's overcome in his life. He tries to say it in his words, but his actions don't back it. It's either one or the other. Either you had a hard childhood and your parents were not as great as you pretend they are, and you're not talking about what really happened, or you're making it all up. You're either hiding a secret or you're making this all up. What is it, Russell? You're either hiding a huge secret or you're making up this whole thing. You're a whole secret. And that's the magician. Are you the secret, or is the secret hidden behind you? Do you want to talk about your sexual traumas? Or your mama's? She knows I know. I've been pushing him out of her since the beginning. know about your grandfather? How much time did you spend with your grandfather, Russell? How loving was he to you, Russell? How do I know this? Do you remember when your grandmother died? I talk to dead people, dickhead. Who's hiding the secret? Is it you? Or are you hiding other people's secrets that are killing you? And you're trying to make a career out of it? Or are you making up stories? Are you the wolf? The kid that cried wolf? Punchlines are so good around here. Right in your guts. New music on Friday. I'll see you at midnight, bitch. When the moon is highest in the sky. I'll be in your fucking DMs. Oh, Allie! Allie, come on, Allie. That was funny. I knew you'd do it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that to you. What happened? I don't know. My spirit said to go look at Allie, and he was in live, and he looked down and saw me, and he cut that live off right then. Immediately. As soon as he saw my name, he looked down and said, bye, guys. Like, I'm sorry to ruin your life. But he was afraid, and that's what this... I was like, why did he do that? He didn't want you to say anything mean in the comments. Makes sense. I'd be fucking up your comments. And he made me aware. Stop being mean in their comments. Okay. Whose comments were you in today? Wolfman's. I didn't get that message till later. I forgot. I forgot that lesson that we learned last night. Poor Allie. He was on live. He saw me. He was like, out. I'm out. I'm out. She's going to say something. Don't say nothing in my comments. Don't say nothing in my comments. Everybody else has already muted my comments, Allie. They mute them so other people can't see them. They restrict them so that other people can't see them. I'm restricted. They put a gag on me. True story. All right. Reversal. With reverse justice, life goes out of balance. Work, relationships. Yeah, we talked about all this. You're not able to, yeah, you're overruled. Find your voice and stay strong to your values. Write them down. What do you value? You know, a corporation, they have a mission statement, right? And some of it is, you know, their core values. They want to tell you their mission statement, but more or less it's their core values. What are they working with? You know what I mean? What are your values? What do you value about life? What are your, I wouldn't say integrities, but I mean, the fuel that fuels, you know, what are your fuels? I'm going to stop on this one. The last card for your side notes for the Wheel of Fortune, no, we're on Justice, is decisions, balance, and legal affairs. That's not how I see it. But whatever. I see things a little bit differently. I didn't write these books. All these books are, it's the same thing passed down over and over and over. You can read a million different Bibles. They're all the same message passed down over and over. Little changes in the wording. You know what I mean? But it's the same message. So going back to it, yeah. We're going to stop there. I don't know how many cards we got through this time. Hopefully another good 7. 7, 11, who knows. Tomorrow's Friday. We'll be facing shadows. What part are we facing? I'm not really sure. As soon as I said that, I said material. I saw material. Letting go of material. Material attachments is what I'm seeing. What are you attached to from the material world? There's plenty. They didn't say relationships. They said material. It's a material thing. It's an actual physical possession that you're going to have to let go of. I don't know what that may be for you. That's what I said too. It might be our cars. It might be, you know what I mean? Trying to get a new car. That's what I heard in that fucking... And you get a new car. I mean, sure, for sure. I want a new car. How do you get a new car? Get rid of the old one? In essence, sacrifice it. That's what God made me do with my last car. I had 2 cars. I had a Mazda, a beautiful one. I loved it. It was great. That thing was amazing, dude. I could fill that thing up and drive it for fucking 5 hours off fucking $20. It was amazing. God told me to sell it to a girl that only had $400. She had just came out of a situation like mine, out of homelessness. She was starting her music career. Her actual music name was something like Lilith. I don't know. I forgot what it was, but it really was something like Lilith. I met this girl when I was in music, and God said she needed a car, and He said to sell her my car. That was months before I was about to lose my house. What the fuck was I gonna do with 2 cars? And any of that shit in that house. If you ever saw my trunk, dude, there was no room for anything else. So in essence, whatever. It's about that time. Hey, I wish you guys a good night. It's Thursday. I don't know if I'll be back. I hope not. I'm tired. Just want to chill. But we have lots to work tomorrow. Friday, we'll work on our emotions. We'll work on our shadows. We'll be faced with a mirror, a part of our present that needs to be left in the past. And we'll have to face, some kind of harsh reality that we'll have to walk through, make a change in our life. A super cool portal by the end of the week. Hey, I'll let you know all about that tomorrow. For now, study your tarot. If you didn't catch yesterday's video, go catch part 1. We're going to keep working through this. We're not even nearly, dude, this is going to take us forever. We might be working on this for all summer, the way I'm going. I'm giving you a great description, though, I'll tell you that. Hey, laters, haters.